In an age of countless worlds and countless time streams, all of life struggles to evade the Devourer. At the edge of the galaxy, an ancient alliance of planets has made a breakthrough that could turn the tide. It's called the WARPSHELL. This new space-folding technology is beyond its predecessors, but it has this terrible tendency to develop its own mind about things. As the Devourer grows, consuming entire star systems, the brave Zevos, the center of the galaxy, and all of the allied races have chosen to fight. The ritual is as old as time itself. You bond yourself with the WARPSHELL in body and in spirit, and every crew strikes out into the darkness to find some kind of answer to try to stop the Devourer, the hunger of the One. You are now at the helm of a WARPSHELL. Your crewmates by your side. The cosmos have grown weird with age. Technology, magic, and biology have all blurred together. The Imperium that preceded this time has crumbled, leaving 1,000 worlds leaderless, lawless, and at the mercy of the Devourer and parasitic races. The stars bend and dim, and the curved floors panel swirl and change. In the blink of lightless silence, your shell vanishes into the unknown together. And in fact, you're not exactly sure why you're here, believe it or not. But several things happen quickly. Your WARPSHELL appears in the orbit of a very strange star. You conduct scans of the star, and it's an anomaly like anything that you've ever seen. There are energies coming from the star that you can't identify. And in a far orbit, or in the orbit of the star, is a ship listing, apparently derelict. When you scan the ship, you know that this is the Red Sword. It is a reptoid cruiser that is one of the most infamous pirate cruisers in the galaxy. Knowing your duties as a WARPSHELL crew, you have docked with the reptoid cruiser. And after you've arrived, several things happen. First of all, the umbilical that connected you to the docking bay is forcefully severed all at once from the ship, just as you're opening up the door leading inside the apparently derelict cruiser. And there's a flash of light. And everybody can make a dexterity check. Looks like 2 people didn't make it.
Yeah.
There's this flash of light that's like kind of blinds out your sensors from your suit. And it also forces you down onto the deck, slamming you and your suit against the floor. You realize there's just a little bit of luck as the environment disconnects from the umbilical from the docking bay. And that slight change and difference in gravity probably saved you from damaging your suit. But this happens, and then all of a sudden the umbilical is lost, and you can no longer access your WARPSHELL, and you're not sure where it is. What do you do? And the first person is Grease.
Holy! Did you folks see what just happened? That cannot be good for the ship.
Glitch.
Are we stuck here? Is there any way to get across?
You can see that this door is open, so you're able to enter in. The emergency auxiliary systems, it looks like there's actually systems still alive in the ship. They did manage to close the door behind you as a kind of emergency life support measure, so that you're not at least sucked out into the void. Greece. I'm sorry, not Greece. SARV49. Now
Let's
known
go with
as
Sarvon.
Sarvon, yeah.
Yeah. Is this an access read-up panel up here?
Yep.
I will head over there and take a look, see what's going on.
What do you want to learn from it?
I want to see. Well, we're on the ship. What's going on with the ship, and maybe what happened outside.
Make an intelligence check. All right. You access the ship's computer. You're able to work your way in from where this is. There are several things that you're able to learn. First of all, you are in the docking bay of the ship. You learn that there are approximately, this is a large cruiser. There's probably 3, 4, 5, 6 other main areas of the ship, including the bridge and several mission pods and the engines. There is still power to the ship through auxiliary power. You also learn that the engines of the ship have they still have their fuel and it could be used. It looks like the ship has actually been powered down, and while the ship has taken damage, it's still operable. Whatever had been crewing this ship seems to have either abandoned it or shut it down onto auxiliary power on purpose. And
Interesting.
With that, we'll also, you see also in this room by the way, over in the corner are a rack of other computer lights barely blinking in the distance. Let's see, next is Phelan.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I guess I'll walk out here and have a look around. As in, just genuinely look around.
All right, you see some lights blinking down here. You can see this strange thing connected to the wall. It seems like it's blinking. And then there's a door ahead of you with an access panel that you can see in the dark.
All right. I guess I'll just wait for the gang and keep an eye out. I'm feeling spoopy.
All right. That brings us back to Greece.
Okay, I wipe off my suit because I just landed on the ground and just got back up, and I'm going to make my way over to that access panel and probably end my turn because that's quite a bit away. Is it over here somewhere? Oh, that's really far away. Okay.
Yeah.
Am I good to make it that far?
Sure, absolutely. Is your goal to try to open it?
It will be if I have enough time.
You can open it.
Okay. So I'll try to activate the access panel and see what happens when I do so.
Why am I...
Dang reptoids. Their hands are so small.
There we go. Yeah, it does have a strange alien kind of... it's not ergonomic to a Geno at all. But you're able to access the panel, and the doors open with a sliding, sucking sound, almost like an amphibian's throat. And you can see a corridor ahead.
Is it lit?
It is not lit, but you can see lights blinking off in the dark.
Okay. So the power's down the hallway.
Glitch.
Gonna probably, I guess, wander over to this panel over here and see what he's doing and see if I can figure anything else out.
All right. What do you want to? What would you like to figure out? What would you like to know?
I'm trying to think with my background, like what I would be able to figure out from the panel, like if I'm able to figure out like status of the ship or
Yeah,
if there's
I could offer some options. You could figure out the ship's manifest, who's on board, the ship's log, what's happened. You could figure out the security status, like is there expected security threats or security countermeasures active. Where's the stuff at? Is there anything of value here?
I'd probably go for security.
All right.
See if we're walking into anything.
You walk up to the panel. What do you say to Sarvos? Sarvos? Is that right?
I assume these people are just gonna make whatever nicknames they want off that jumble, so I'm open.
Sarvob. Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, I am a service automaton, indicator Romeo Victor 49er. So
Nice.
chew on that, come out with something.
Yeah, what do you, Glitch, what do you say to him since he's the one working on the panel right now?
Are any security measures in place that are keeping us here or could be a problem if we try to leave?
I can certainly check.
I'll have Glitch make that check, and it'll be an easy check. So you'll subtract 3 from the target number.
So which one am I pressing?
Oh, and it's intelligence, yeah.
Yeah, no. Or is no.
The problem is that this is a peripheral panel out on the edge of the docking bay that's operating on auxiliary power. And besides that, you don't have the rights to try the security codes yourself to be able to access something that sensitive in the ship. Okay, Sarvon.
Okay.
Sarvos.
I will also move my hand, which is probably blocking the access panel she needed to actually get that information. And go, oh, sorry. And I will. You said there was more blinkies down here.
Yes.
I will check that out.
You see 3 pods. These are actually storage pods with an opaque amber appearance in the front that cover them. Inside of the pods are a number of uniforms that would fit strange reptoid bodies, EVA suits, and you can see that one of them has been broken open, and there is a reptoid uniform laying on the floor that's been torn to shreds.
Interesting. Did we know it was a reptoid ship?
Yes. This is, in fact, one of the most infamous reptoid cruisers in the galaxy. It's a pirate cruiser.
Oh. So,
You don't know how you got here, though. Like, you're just, like, popped in next to this thing, yeah.
does it look like the pod broke out? Is this like a stasis pod? Is that what you're saying?
When you look at it, it looks like somebody broke open the pod, grabbed hold of this thing, or they were, or it was shattered and someone had tried to use this, but then the uniform was just shredded. There's no flesh or blood inside of the uniform right now.
I will bring it to show the rest of the crew.
Let's see. Phelan.
Yep. I mean, if that opened, I will walk past Grease. And I mean, did this all slump open?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll walk down the corridor, but I prefer to walk down the corridor with Grease.
Sure. Does everybody want to go down the corridor and continue in the ship? There's nothing else particularly of interest here. Let's see. So if that's the case,
I wanted to do one thing before we went on to the next room, but I
go
can't
ahead.
work it. Well, the only thing I was going to do is, as you're walking by, I was going to say, be careful. And then I wanted to see, is there any visible air vents or any type of like in this room? Could I see where the oxygen that we're using to breathe is coming in or out?
Yeah.
Just roughly.
So the ship is really humid and uncomfortable. It's probably
Okay.
because it's not designed for Genos. It's likely that the vents are used at the bottom of the on the deck plating itself and come out from the
Okay.
vents
So
in the
between the
floors.
cracks.
Yeah, and
Okay.
you look out on the edge of the corridor and you can see where there's actual venting for life support and environmental control.
So could I walk up to where that venting is and then ignite my my let's see, what is it called? My Omni tool, but not like fully activate it. So it's just a little torch light, and I want to see if the light or the little flame would flicker, so that I would know if there's actually air moving through there, or if
You
it's
do
just
that,
like.
and it looks like there is air, and the life support is active under auxiliary power.
Okay, then with the last of my turn, I'm just going to let everybody know. Looks like we got a life support still. I just want to make sure we're not like running out of air, you know. So that's all. That's all I was doing.
All right, I'm going to re-roll the timer. All right. You see ahead of you now that there's a huge corridor out that goes off goes left and right down the length of the cruiser. It looks bare and empty and cavernous. There are these strange, kind of clawing, reptoid technological things that come out of the sides of the corridor. There's an oppressive heat that fills the air. As you open this door and come in, the air here feels stale and has a strange scent to it that you're having trouble putting your finger on right now. Yeah. What do you do?
Who, me?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm so used to doing that. Sorry. Let's see. So the next person then would be. We're just going to keep this order. It's going to be Glitch.
Okay. Is the hall kind of semi-lit, or is it all dark?
It's dark. I assume that your suits have light, so I gave you light.
Okay. I'd probably kind of like cautiously walk over this way just to see if I see anything.
You see a large, open, cavernous central chamber. You can tell that out in the darkness to the left and right, the corridors continue on for some ways. Otherwise, you don't see anything yet, except I'm going to pan the camera, but you can move it back, okay, just for my, just so I can move my camera. Except that you can see another one of those strange talons that are kind of reptoid technology, just like this one, blinking off in the distance, and then there's some other device blinking over here. It looks like another, perhaps a computer panel?
And is that the end of my turn, or am I able to walk any further?
No, you can keep going. Yeah. Until you.
I'd probably
All right, go
go
ahead.
towards
Sorry.
the blinky light.
Let's see. It looks like you have your blood becomes slightly cold as you approach the blinking light. You know exactly what that is. That's a bomb.
Oh, lovely. Would I have time to run back to the group and shout it, or would I need to shout it?
I mean, you could either, you don't know. You could do either of those.
It's like in my turn, would I have time to let them know?
Yeah.
before my turn's up that we found a bomb.
Yeah, and you could just do that. Sorry, to be clear, yeah, you can
Okay.
just say, yeah.
Yes. I'll probably just shout that over.
Okay. Okay. All right. Let's see. That brings us to. I'm gonna call you Sarvob because that's the only character that a 9 forms that I can think of.
Okay. I will go take a look at the bomb. Can I get over there?
Yeah, absolutely.
I guess I'll walk casually over there.
Yeah, you can tell as you approach this bomb. Well, no, actually, it makes sense what she's saying, but without taking a close look at it, you can't infer anything from it.
Can I follow the wiring to see what it's attached to?
Sure. You follow the wiring, and it's actually connected to a local power supply. It doesn't actually look like it doesn't look like it's connected to the ship's power. It looks like this is a charge.
Oh, like a hull breacher or something?
It looks like just from looking at it, you can tell that it doesn't connect to the ship. You could infer from that it has been placed here. This is an explosive charge.
I'm not going to touch that. Yeah. I think that's it for me for now.
Okay. Let's see. Next person is Phelan.
Wait, wasn't it supposed to... Grease didn't get... Like, I thought it was like glitch, grease, or grease, and then glitch, then the robot, then...
It goes glitch, Sarvon, you, and then Grease, and then it goes again. Actually, Grease is the top of the round though, but yeah.
Oh, okay. In which case, I will step out into the center. I mean, somebody said there was a bomb. I don't think my character has an idea what to do with a bomb. Other than I'm thinking he's just expecting that the robot or somebody will deal with it because that's technology and there's a robot. Surely the robot knows what to do. So I'll just be like, well, I hope you guys are all right with that. And I'll just I'm trying to have a look down here, or look up that, like just get my bearings because I have no idea where the fuck I am or why I'm here. So it would be good to see if there's a way out if this place is going to blow up.
As you look around, you can see that the corridors they extend on, like I said, for glitch for a long ways either way. These huge, long corridors and big vaulted, tall from deck plating up to the ceiling of it, continuing on. The other thing that you can see is that there are some windows that have a minor amount of auxiliary lighting where you can see the outside hull of the ship. Otherwise, you don't see anything of significance.
All right. Well, I mean, if I can still like move, I'd like to have a look out the window because that would be nice. I'm in space and shit.
You take a look out the window and you get a strange, nauseous feeling as you can see that the ship is slowly tilting. Every once in a while, the sickly, dark, crimson flares of the dark star outside that you're the anomalous star that you're orbiting. You can see it every once in a while pass by in view. And it seems like the ship is slowly just listing in orbit around the dark star. And you can also see in the light, especially as the flares from the dark star kind of illuminate the outside of the ship, and from the sickly auxiliary light outside, you can see that the outside hull of the ship is actually moving and warping, that there's something wrong with the material and structure of the whole ship, but you on the inside everything feels normal to you.
I've got a bad feeling about this, and that's not usually my take.
All right, that is around. And all right, that brings us back to Greece.
I'm going to I'm going to walk over towards the center of the room. And as I do so, I'm going to speak up. Sarv, does it look xeno in nature? Referring to the bomb.
I'm not a munitions expert. I'm sorry.
Fair enough. I'm going to reach into my salvage kit, pull out a magnetic floodlight, activate it, and then put it on my shoulder. So I'm going to have just like a floodlight mounted on my shoulder.
Okay, right on. I'll give you more light in those situations.
Okay.
And if I don't, remind me.
Yeah. If I have enough time, I guess I'll go over there and I will use whatever knowledge I have as a mechanic to try to identify the kind of charge it would be. I'm not looking for like explosive type. I'm looking for like origin. So like, was it created by the lizard, the reptoid race, or was it a foreign charge put onto the reptoid ship? Is what I'm looking for.
Sure, make an intelligence check.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure it's going to explode or some shit.
What's the total with the 19?
I think that's 21.
21. With a 21, here's what you know. First of all, this is clearly reptoid technology. This is a reptoid bomb on a reptoid ship. With a 21, you're able to infer some additional things from looking at it. The bomb is not currently live. It's inert. The explosives are still in good order. You could easily just take this with its power supply and keep it if you wanted.
I'm going to go ahead and manhandle it without notifying the party to set some people on edge, and just kind of manhandle it, just pick it up. Yeah, she's not so scary, and then put her in my bag.
Yeah, and in fact,
put her over my shoulder, whatever.
With a 21, you can even use this I just wanted to be clear about that. Like, you can activate the sequence and use it as a proximity bomb, a timed bomb, or just activate it. Yeah.
Awesome. I'll add that to my inventory, and then that'll end my turn.
All right. Let's see. There's nothing else in this corridor of significance. Do you all want to move on? And which way do you go? Do you go north or south?
When I pulled up the map, which way was which? Where's like the bridge and where's like engineering?
Right. The bridge is to the north, or to your left as you were coming into this corridor, and the engines and the mission bays are to the right, or to the south. The collar on that.
Shall we split up and look for clues?
And will we have to go to engineering to power everything up, or can that be done from the bridge?
I believe, traditionally speaking, we'll want to double check engineering first. If they put a hard lock on the power, it could have been done either from the bridge or the mechanical room, but it's going to be a lot harder to turn it back on from the bridge.
We'll head to the right.
All right.
I will also follow.
Did you see that?
Yeah, as you're walking down, you have this huge floodlight, and you can hear the boots of your suit just slowly, like kind of tapping, and clanking against the deck plating of the reptoid cruiser in the dark. And suddenly, far off in the darkness, you think you see something, but all of a sudden, like as soon as you blink, it wasn't there, and it makes you wonder if you were seeing something or if it was just a glare from these lights There's some central thing here with lights. It looks similar to these spikes coming out of the reptoid cruiser walls. And then there's another one of those devices on the wall here. Yeah. And the next person able to act is Glitch. Oh, you're muted. Sorry, Birdie.
Sorry, I didn't realize it was muted. By another one of those devices, are you referring to another bomb or another computer panel?
Another bomb. Oh yeah, and I need to re-roll the timer too. Where's my...
Now, as an explosive expert, I know he's the mechanic and able to take care of the last one. As an explosives expert, would I be knowledgeable enough to do that or no?
As you, if you approach the bomb and take a look at it, you can tell that it's in exactly the same state as the previous one. And there's no doubt that in your mind that you could simply just pick it up, actually. It's not currently activated.
Okay, so I'll probably do that then.
All right. Let's see. The next person able to act is Sarvob.
Let's see. Which is a doorway to engineering from when I looked earlier?
It doesn't look like this ship has a dedicated engineering bay. That being said, the area where power and systems could be directly managed in kind of like a manual sense would be the engine bay. Otherwise, everything would be controlled from the bridge. I'm sorry, I should have probably mentioned that, of course. But there are two mission bays. You're not exactly sure from the information you had what they were.
Okay, but engineer bay would be down. The engine room would be here down here.
Yes.
Okay, I will head that way. Is this of significance? This thing in the middle?
As you pass by, you can tell that this appears to be another minor console where crew members could actually perform functions in the center corridor of the ship between the two mission bays.
Oh, well, since I'm here, I'll look at what the mission bays are.
Okay, make an intelligence check. What's your total?
19.
19, no modifier?
Nope.
Okay. You are able to tell two things. First of all, it looks like the ship was in a state of alert, like before everything was switched to auxiliary power and systems were shut down. The ship engines were given an emergency shutdown command, but they're not in bad repair, even though the ship has some damages. Additionally, you can tell that this is to your right facing this thing, or what is to the west, is a medical bay, and to the east, or to your left, is a science bay.
Interesting. Why would a pirate ship have a science bay and a medical bay? Sure, but no science bay? I say that out loud.
All right, and the next person able to act is Phelan.
All right. Let's have a look-see about here. What are these, like, control panels or some shit?
There's some sort of, like, technology the reptoids use that you often see at the corners. They're kind of like these arcing claws that go down into the floors that have lights. The purpose that they have for the cruiser is not exactly apparent from looking at them. But there's no console or command panel or control mechanism or anything.
All right. Can I see down this corridor? Is it really long down here?
East, west, or south?
This way to the west.
Ah, there we go.
West.
To the west. Let's see. It ends in a large double door, like the one you came in from the docking bay, and there is a command panel on the wall.
Right. Well, I'll just wait for the team.
All right. Let's see. The next person able to act, that's one round, is Grease.
So I see Phelan walking towards the west side. Can I see what? I'm having a hard time pinging it, but it's on the east side hallway. Like they look like arms, like maybe like reinforced like doorway of some kind. Hold on. How do you guys ping on the map?
Hold the left mouse button.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what? Can I see what those are?
Yeah, as you kind of turn your light toward it, it's hard to tell, but if you get closer, you can see that these, there's various bits of struts and mechanisms and hydraulics that have been placed here. And you can actually see that the walls are different. As you get closer, this tells you that there was a hull breach here at some point. And, interesting. Oh, I was like, what? There's once a gaping hole in the hull, and it's been sealed with vac foam, and you can see scorched acidic heat marks that are all along the edges of the vac foam, and then there's been reinforcement like struts and stuff that's been put in here in the walls for the hull reinforcement.
Looks like our reptoid friends made additions to their duplex. This hallway is not natural to the ship's original complex. I'll go ahead and just, with the remainder of my turn, just head towards Phelan, because I am going to eventually catch up with him on that west side.
Okay. Phelan, do you want to open the door? Are we going west? Is that the plan for the group?
I don't know. I was just waiting on what other people were doing. You know, I mean, like I'm not really sure why they're here, so I'm just trying to be cautious.
What is
Because
it?
you said we have west is medical, and then south we don't know.
South would be the engine room, and then east is a science bay, and then north is back the way you came along the corridor to the bridge and the docking bay.
So we're not in the engine room yet.
Not yet, no.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but if I just woke up on a ship, I'd be thinking, like, how the fuck do I get out of here? So, I think, I mean, if I know that the engine's about this way, I want to get out of here as fast as possible, however that's accomplished.
Okay. Engines it is. Let's see here. Panel on the wall, same thing. You're able to press it. There's a snapping, sickly sound and then scraping. As it seems like there's a bunch of corrosion and debris along the engine door. But it does snap open and you're in the engine bay. You have two command panels here on the walls. They're currently in a state of security lockdown.
Are there any smells we would notice in here too, or is it just like the last room?
This actually does not smell like the last room. It has a sterile kind of smell to it, like the smell of, you know, ionization and computers and just charged air. It's colder in this room. And I have to re-roll the timer. I'm sorry. And then let's see. I think I was at Sarvop? No. Who was I at? No, I was at Greece, right? Greece was the one that went last in turn?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so glitch.
Okay, so is it 2 corridors to the right and left?
From here, you can see 2 nacelles that are interior to the ship stretching out with the components to both engines, faintly glowing in the dark along its nacelle, along the length of it. And then you can see 2 command panels, 2 computers, and there's nothing else in this room.
Okay, and the computers, are they near us, or are they...
Yeah, they're right here, these things.
Okay. I'd probably go up and just try to look at a computer and see if I can figure out anything.
All right,
Looking at it.
make an intelligence check. And you can, let's see. Yeah, actually, I don't want to do effort. Oop.
I think that's what I'm supposed to...
Yeah, so what happens is you try to access it, and it's clearly locked out. There's a security command, in this kind of, in the reptoid, tongue, you're not even able to get any kind of like commands or like symbols or anything. It's obviously locked out. Yeah.
So yeah, I'd probably turn back to the group and kind of shrug. Like, I don't know how to get by that. And then just kind of, I guess, glance around this way and see what I see.
I'm going to make a group caller. 1, 2, 3, 4. D4. I've got Scumbag. You're the group caller now. Phelan is. You'd say it's like the, what is that? I'm trying to think of the show again. Farscape, where they vote on the captain, and they change it every so often. So right now you're the captain. So what is the group consensus, Phelan, on what to do next?
I mean, just try to fucking get out of the situation, or if none of us have any idea where we're here, at least that's my goal, is on getting everybody safe again. And there's lots of bombs on the ship, so we need to figure out a way to either get off this ship or get this ship moving.
All right. So to that end, what do you do next as a group? What's the plan? What do you all think?
I mean, I don't know how much technical information I have, but I mean, the engine's on currently. Is all like humming away?
Everything is on auxiliary power. The engines are shut down, but they're operable. But you seem to be locked out from accessing them from these panels.
Oh, from these panels are locked out.
Can we look for a manual override?
You can attempt to do that. That would be make an easy intelligence check, since it's the second attempt.
Okay.
All right.
Straight 14.
Okay. You're able to find a way where you can either... So here are the options that you can do based on what you can see. You could attempt through a maintenance control panel to either ignite an engine test. The engine test, if the engines are live, which it appears they are, will suddenly flare them with 3 times the amount of power, 3 times their power output. You're pretty sure that would destroy the vessel. and probably everything, including that sun nearby. It'll probably destroy the ship and the sun and everything nearby. It'll create like a chain reaction. Alternately, you can probably bring the engines online at idle power at their last setting, whatever the last setting was, which you don't know what it is. And then lastly, you could probably destroy the engines through enough bad use of the maintenance panel. And there's a chance that in using the maintenance panel that could happen. So those are 3 things you could try.
I'm thinking I like the middle one of those. But if someone wants to try the first or third one, I'm open.
I mean, I would. My personal opinion here is that I think like if we know that we have some options, we should scout out everywhere else first. I mean, we still haven't. Like looking down, obviously, if there's like a space to get around the engines and stuff, I think we should have a look around this area before we make any rash decisions.
If you search around the engines, you don't find anything of use except that somewhere down where there is a hatch release lever, it begins to become clear to you near the side that you're at. Over here, there's a release lever for a piece of emergency equipment, and you can actually see a trail of green blood that's now dried and faint that leads out from this area. Attached to that a piece of emergency equipment hatch handle is a severed reptoid hand.
I'm going to take that in case I need it.
Of course.
That might be something.
Yeah, of course, right.
A trophy.
Take that, man. But yeah, if I pull that lever, what's that emergency equipment? I'd like to.
You need it as soon as someone says, "Hey, could somebody give me a hand?" You always need it for those occasions, you know. Do you have a hand? Anyways, what are you doing? What are you poking at?
Well, you said there was a lever, right?
Yeah, it's there's a piece of emergency equipment. It is a. Actually, I will find out what it is. You find a set of. You try to open it, and are you trying to see what's in it?
Yeah.
Okay. You find a set of corrosion-proof gloves. They give you +1 armor, and they're chemically treated leather, immune to acid or corrosion.
Oh, that seems handy. Hey guys, there's some corrosion-proof gloves over here. Don't know what they'll be handy for, but if anyone comes across some questionable liquids, give me a shout.
If I had to guess, there's probably some in the science wing.
All right. Phelan, what's the plan? Where do we go? What do we do?
I mean, I think we should search out this whole area. Unless you mean that there isn't any. Oh, right. Okay. The engine. This. I see what you mean. The engine's just kind of stop. I just make a little light. Yeah. If there's nothing else left here, then off to science, I guess. All right.
All right. When you you go back to the rear corridor and you go over to check the door into the science bay, you find that it's mag-locked. Somebody has worked hard to try to seal inside whatever is there.
This way, science?
Oh, sorry, my bad. Let's see here. It's to the
right
east.
where the yellow is.
This way, yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Yes.
it's been mag-locked. Does anybody have some kind of torch or something? Anyone got any tools?
I can crack that, but that doesn't mean you want me to.
We could blow it up.
Yeah, you're right. Hold on.
Mhm.
Now charges work, but I have a cutter on me.
Oh,
We
nice.
should-
So
Aw.
Is it like a big metal door?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna whack it a couple of times.
Okay.
Mhm.
And when you do that,
And like listen, you know.
yeah, you stop, you listen, and you think you hear something on the other side, but then all of a sudden you realize you hear something coming from this way.
Oh, I hear some stuff. Guys,
Yeah.
watch out! There's a
will
noise.
Duck behind this and peek around.
There are things on the ceiling. Clearly, there are creatures just like crawling on the ceiling rapidly towards you. And then you hear moaning. And they are clearly running towards you as fast as they can to tear you apart.
Oh no!
I'm gonna pull out my big gun.
All right, let's see. Top of the round is... I'll just start over. I don't know where we left off, so... Grease.
eyes up, weapons back, folks. We got live ones. I'm gonna go ahead and activate my. Sorry, I'm gonna activate my energy blade because it's not pre-activated, and it.
Yeah, just don't drop it straight down.
Yeah,
vertically.
don't drop it straight
You
down,
do.
and don't get a crit 1 because then it deals damage to me. I'm gonna. Can I hold off on? Can I wait for them to approach
Yeah,
us,
sure.
or do I have to be aggressive?
Yeah, you can hold
Okay,
hold your action
then
to
I'll hold
attack
on.
on it.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
just
hold
let me
action,
know when
yeah.
it gets there. This is the artwork for it, by the way.
Oh no, that doesn't seem good.
The next person able to act is Glitch.
Am I able to... Let's see, I'm trying to find the name of the gun. I lost it.
Your big gun, yes. The answer is yes.
My particle cannon,
Yeah, you can do that.
which is modified with explosives.
All right. Yeah.
Safe in the ship. Cool.
Alright. So, I'm trying to think...
Dexterity plus
This is I
plus
use-
gun,
Okay.
and then its effect is going to affect all of them because it does that area effect thing.
Dexterity plus guns. There we go.
Boom! All of a sudden, you all see these explosions, like, you know, she starts firing this gun, and like these explosions start going off along these things as they're running along the ceiling, and that damages them, but does not destroy them. That brings us to Sarvob. Sarvob.
I guess I will just attack them with my pulse rifles.
All right. That hits. Oh no.
Penetrating.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. And then Phelan.
I guess I will walk up and I'm just gonna taunt them, like just to try and grab their attention. I guess I'll just be like, "You're the ugliest thing I've seen since my mother, and I haven't seen her for quite a while, but she is fucking ugly."
All right. You have their attention. What are you trying to do with them?
I just wanted to come at me, you know what I mean?
All right.
And then, yeah,
they do that. Let's see.
yeah, that's cool.
That makes it their turn. I'm going to say that 2 of them are within movement distance. The other one is far. Actually,
Yeah, the first time an enemy attacks me, though, I've got a speed holster, so apparently my gun just, I just go and I get to shoot something if it tries to hit me.
This one is not able to attack you. It's a far move, so it uses both its actions. The other two attack.
Yeah, but the first one to hit me, I apparently get to shoot it before it even tries.
All right, go for it.
That's Dex.
Both of them miss you anyway, amazingly.
And guns.
All right, you kill one of them.
Nice.
How do you kill it?
Well, you know, it just runs up on me, and I just like I'm some sort of, you know, character from like Billy the Kid or something. I just just blast one blast command.
Yeah,
and then holster my gun again.
There's a giant like energy plasma hole straight through its head, and it just like falls over and slides across the floor next to you as it runs.
Yeah, I just stand there ready for the next one, kind of like I'm Cad Bane out of Star Wars or some shit.
You do that, and then this other one tries to attack you, and then you just step out of its way as it runs past. The other one hasn't gotten to you yet, and then we get to Grease.
Okay, I'm actually going to not go towards them. I'm going to pull back, and there probably is not a mechanic for this, but I'm just going to say I'm waiting for one of them to approach Glitch, because in my mind, my plan right now is to defend Glitch because she's doing a lot of damage. So I'm just going to prepare myself for if they try to come up to her or deal any damage to her.
Yeah, if that happens, let me know. The next person then would be Glitch. Now, Glitch, your weapon, if you're shooting at something that's adjacent to an ally, there's a chance that they'll get hit, basically.
Okay.
For your particle beam weapon thing.
Would I be able to pause shooting long enough to change my angle to maybe, like, over here, so that I can shoot them without hitting an ally or the control panel? I'm thinking the one in between the two guys is dead, right?
Yeah, with your big gun right now, so the big downside to your big gun, because it has the explosive feature, is there's nothing you can shoot around here right now that wouldn't necessarily hit something else. This one will hit the panel, this one will hit an ally, this one will hit an ally, this one will hit an ally.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, that one's dead.
Would I have better accuracy with my blaster? Would it be better just to wait and see if...
You can use your blaster.
I can get
it's
better?
the same thing, it just hits one target instead of multiple.
Okay. So I'll probably try to hit one with my blaster then, so that I don't take out an ally.
Okay.
Is that again?
Dexterity plus
Dexterity
guns.
and guns.
Nice. Nice.
Yes.
So I think what happens is, like, you know, these two, or all these three, they come rushing in, right? And then Phelan just takes out his blaster and shoots one in the head. The body slides past. This one tries to slash him. He just steps out of the way and it runs past. You take down your particle blaster, pull out your gun, and shoot this one, and blast it as it tries to get him. And then let's see, that brings us to Sarvob.
All right.
I want the robot to just stand on it.
Are they just attacking with claws or with the guns or what?
So far it looks like claws, but you can see that some of them have the remnants of guns. Doesn't look like they're operable, actually. It looks like they're damaged. That's not to say that some of them don't have guns.
All right. Well, I'm just going to straight off cold cock this guy with my pulse rifle butt.
All right. Nat
There we
20. You know what to do with a Nat 20.
Yes, I do. Do you want me to do weapon since it's a rifle butt, or basic because it's a rifle butt? For the first damage.
That's a weapon. That's a weapon.
Okay. So weapon and ultimate. Oh, 7.
Annihilated it.
No,
Yeah,
wait,
you-
that's 9 total.
Yeah, you describe how you kill it.
I see that rifle butt and it's kind of sticking adjacent to it, so I hit it on the end of its rifle butt to make it go through its torso. So I drive a spike through its torso.
Nice. All right, that brings us back to Phelan.
All right. This one here, I'll just, after having dodged out of the way of that and like wrestled my gun again, I'll just be like up close and personal with this one and pull out my karambit blades from my belt.
Nice.
And just tussle with it like claw to claw.
All right.
Is that a strength for melee stuff, right? Always.
I'll say you'd pick. If it's a finesse kind of thing, like dexterity makes sense to me. Whichever's best.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. 5.
All right, it's able to kind of like take some of the hits, dodge some of the others. That brings us to it. It's going to try to attack you. It's going to use its claws to do so, which I'm going to call a weapon. It misses. Oh man, my monsters have been rolling terrible lately, which is good for you all. And grease.
Okay. Seeing as though a large portion of the threat's been handled, I will move towards the creature.
I believe the sci-fi term is neutralized.
Neutralized. Yeah. I'll move towards the last creature. Is that too far to get?
No, you can get to it. Yeah, you can get to it and attack it. Go for it.
Then I'm going to attempt an attack with my saber. So, and then that's not going to work. I don't think.
Nope.
Probably not.
Glitch.
Let's see.
Glitch.
Okay. Am I able to run, say, over here and try to shoot it with a blaster again?
Yeah. Nice. Nice. Okay.
Big blast.
Describe how you kill it. So you slide in away from your allies so you don't hit them, and then let your blaster and
Quickly
shoot it.
run by my allies, so no friendly fire, and unleash a shot or two and hit it in the head.
I mean, I think this one gets killed. I can't even remember. I think you killed that one, and then he stabs that in the and then I mean, you got to dive like in the air, and you can't and then yeah, okay, so you shoot it in the head. They are all dead, and you are now surrounded by the bodies of these things. Strange lights begin to glow outside of that window that you saw down in the distant corridor, Phelan.
I've got another bad feeling about this.
Oh, and I forgot to mention, a strange thing happened. I'm not making this up, it's in the book. But it'd be crappy if I've forgotten. I didn't mention this. You have a temporary heart. You feel strangely invigorated when you arrive on the ship. Whether that's good or bad, we'll see.
Can I poke one of these things or something? Do I have any idea what the fuck this is?
I want to search the body too.
It's a reptoid. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a reptoid, and you poke it, and immediately as you poke this thing, it pops like a zit onto your boot, and there's this goo as you realize that it had been being eaten away by something, and just and then like turns into an ooze. And meanwhile, you check them, and I will see what you find on it. You find nothing of value except some workers' clothes that are still worth something. You can take off one of them. It is a double coveralls, gloves, and hat that one of them's wearing that provides +1 armor.
So they seem to have some sort of infection or something weird like that.
Yeah, it looks like something like that. Something has changed them.
Be careful what you let get on you.
Are the coveralls for the red sword?
Yeah, it's for a reptoid crew member. You're reasonably sure that it's clean and could be used.
Does somebody want to wear clothes?
I don't think so.
Right. I'll just keep it for now.
All
We
right.
always use it if we need to tie a wound, bind a wound, or tie something.
I'm gonna move these bodies out of the way just so they're not cluttering everything up here.
Did we ever check the log back there?
No. No one is. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should go back and check the log before we do anything else. Just, I mean, there might be some record of what the fuck happened. Because, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to get the crew killed while I'm acting captain. By like opening a door and there being us getting like exposed to some spores or some crazy shit.
All right.
So what's the crew thinking about that?
I'm between the bridge and the science wing. But like you're saying, if it looks like we've got a biological contamination, it might be wise for us not to crack open the science wing.
We haven't been able to get into any of the computers, so is anyone able to hack into those, or? That seems our best bet aside of personally investigating.
Yeah, weren't we able to check the logs on that first panel that we saw?
No one checked the logs. Something else was asked, but you could attempt to do that if someone wanted to try to access the computer. I will say that because so here's the deal with the devil. It will be an easy check, but if you fail, it will lock down the computer system, and something could happen. All
right, so who's the best at computers?
I'm 0 for 2, so probably not me.
So in computers is intelligence, right?
Yeah.
So I've got intelligence, but it's not probably not more than anybody else does. I haven't checked everyone's sheet.
Nah, I'm like with Dex, bit of con, bit of strength.
Hold on, let me see. Don't we have Sarv, you have decent intelligence, don't you? No.
I do, but no
You
bonus.
So it is me. Yeah, that would hypothetically be me.
Well, wait. The captain told me that I handle all things robot and mechanical, so I guess I need to do this.
Okay. Intelligence check target is now 9. It's an easy target.
Could be worse.
I believe in you, Robot Man. You can do it.
Right, give me a moment. And I take out my advanced scan unit, and for one turn, I scan and reduce the current target by d4.
Oh, wow. Okay. You can roll that, of course. To be clear, you can roll the d4.
It's by 1.
All right,
So it's
8.
8. Oh, I was on 13. Lockdown.
As it detects that an intruder is trying to access it, it makes a lot of noise, but nothing seems to happen yet. Unfortunately, that is the top of the timer. And suddenly you can see something glowing and getting brighter off in the hallway in the distance in that window, Phelan. And it suddenly just washes out in brightness. And just
Can I cover my eyes if it's bad?
As this washes out, all of a sudden the whole ship shakes, and everybody can make a dexterity check. Your target number is 12.
Yeah, no.
I got a 20.
Okay, I'm gonna do my. I'm gonna do a weapon attack. You
I
take.
think everyone passed, didn't they?
I got a 9.
You got a 12. You got a plus
Yeah,
3,
you got
right?
+3.
Oh, okay, then I'm good.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. So everybody's able, as the ship shakes, you're able to hold on to something as it slams, and you're kept from being thrown up to the ceiling or into a wall or one of these sharp things.
Everybody suddenly braces and the camera shakes. Whoa.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And as something shakes the ship, yes. And yeah, that happens. And where's my D4? Oh, here it is. All right, what's the plan, Captain Phelan?
I think we need to go check the logs, so we need to go back this way and maybe also look out the window to see what the fuck is happening outside again.
All right. So a couple of things happen. I won't move you. I'll just tell you what happens from there. You could basically try to go into the med bay. You said you have a cutter. You can go in the science bay and go to the bridge. Okay. And you can go back to these locations. I'll just tell you kind of the stuff that you find when you go back here. If you go back to the docking bay, you find that the computer back at the docking bay has the same security lockout. It looks like you've locked yourself out of the computer systems through that, having tried to access it several times. The other thing is when you look out the window, as the dark star kind of tilts, you can see that something sick and gross and obviously wrong is happening with that star. And it's some kind of phenomenon that's coming from it that is affecting the ship, and you can see that the skin of the ship is warping and bubbling and changing, even though on the inside you look at each other and you seem fine. Like the inside of the ship doesn't seem to be warping in reality.
Right. We need to figure this out, but maybe that's I don't know. Let's I mean, if we all come back here now, that's had the same lockout. So we've either got the bridge or this way, right?
East or west? I didn't see the ping.
West.
Ah, yes.
Med bay?
So, yeah, that's the med bay, and then this is the science bay.
Med bay
Yeah.
almost seems safer than science bay at the moment.
Yeah, let's take one of these corpses to Medbay.
All right, I'll make a copy of that and go to the med bay.
Just in case there's like some fucking spectrum sequence analyzer bullshit. Yeah, you never know.
All right, you're dragging this thing with you. The med bay
Captain,
is...
you may want to use those gloves when you pick that body up.
That's a good point. I'm gonna put those corrosive gloves on because this thing has got all kinds of clay on it.
All right, yeah, sure, you do that. Drag the body. You can see as you open the door, it makes that sound again, that popping, sickly sound of reptoid doors. And as soon as the floodlight is cast on the inside and you look on the inside, you can see that there's streaks of blood. And I'm going to give you your light. Gosh darn it. Grease is going to get some light here of... whole lot. Boof. And you can see some glowing panels out in the distance. There's also a different type of panel on the far end to the west, and streaks of blood, and things that have been destroyed, and medical tables that have been turned over and ripped out of power sources. What's the plan, Phelan, Captain, everybody? What do you all think? And I got to
Well, that's
roll
not good.
my D4. Got a 2.
Alright, guys, stick together and don't go out of each other's sight.
Is this a console up here?
Yeah.
That's the first place, right?
Yeah, sure.
Probably don't touch the blood.
Unfortunately, it's one of the auxiliary power consoles, the ones that are green, and for that reason, it's locked out.
Okay.
All right, so we need to find something in here we can use. Is there anything over here not locked out?
Let's see, that's Phalon. You can see down here at the edge of that floodlight that there are other screens that are lit, and then in the distance a different type of screen that's some kind of medical screen.
Oh, in which case, yeah, I'll just with the others, I'll drag the corpse over to the medical screen.
Okay.
Moving with the rest of the guys.
All right. You also see stuck in the floor here are daggers. There are 3 of them stuck in the floor. One of them is sheathed in blood as well.
Oh, that's nice.
Do we know? I'm sorry. Do we know if reptoids have red blood?
It's probably. I know this shows red, but I'm gonna say that it's more like a dark kind of like in the light, like in the dark. You can imagine, your floodlight, and you can see the light reflecting off of it. It gives off this kind of dark wine color. It probably doesn't look like that. And if you actually shine light at it and you're able to get a sample, it has more of like a viscous green appearance. It's reptoid blood.
Is it normal looking reptoid blood or more like the ooze that we saw when the thing popped?
It is normal looking reptoid blood. And there's a lot of it.
Like something exploded or got dragged?
Like things have been ripped apart and exsanguinated and enough to be able to create a bloodbath.
What's this?
That is a med bay, like a thing that you put somebody on that has a lot of medical tool, a bed, but like a sci-fi med bay bed.
Oh right, yeah. There's a few of them. I see.
Yeah, and they've been like torn up and ripped off the wall. As you all get closer,
are they all disconnected?
No, but they all of the power is off. You can tell because there's no the auxiliary power. A lot of the things have these lights, and those green lights are not on. So all of them have been either turned off or destroyed or something. And as you get closer to this sign, you can see that this is like a kind of like a command and control screen that shows a workload for things going on in the med bay, and it was clear that the last time it was updated was a while ago. In fact, the timestamps don't make any sense. Some of the timestamps that are later occur earlier, and it's like the timestamps are shuffled up. And then as you get closer, all of a sudden you hear a noise coming from the corner here. You hear like a, and then like something starts to drag itself across the ground.
Hello again.
And
I don't suppose you want to be friends by any chance?
it in fact does not want to be friends.
No.
And you can, let's see, top of the round would be, I'll start with Phalon this time, since you came over here. Phalon, what do you do?
Is there like a tax of opportunity in this?
I mean, you can attack it. It's you're right there. It's up to you.
Yeah, yeah.
Do.
I mean, I guess I'll shout out to the others if they haven't already noticed this hulking thing. And then
I'll also show you what it looks like.
I assume I still just have I'll take out one of my. Oh, that's nasty.
It has some kind of big
thing. Does the monster
thing.
have a gun?
It does have a gun, and then there's also this big beam thing that is energizing in the center of it.
Okay. I will, with my karambit blade, I'm gonna try and like jump at it and like stab it in the glowy thing. That always seems like the best.
All right, go for it.
The best thing to do. Okay. 12?
12. A 12. I guess I should have updated that. I'm going to say that this room is harder. Where is my... I'm going to set this room's difficulty to... well, first of all, that hits because I didn't change it. But I'm gonna increase the difficulty for this thing. But 12 hits because I didn't announce that. Okay. So you can roll your gun damage.
No, this is my Karambit blade.
Weapon damage.
So there we go.
All right. All right. Let's see. Next person is Grease.
Okay. I suppose that I'm going to spend my turn and I'll make my way far and I'll use my turn. I'm guessing far is here-ish.
Yeah, that makes sense to me, yeah.
Okay, so then I will go far and then that will be my turn.
All right. Glitch.
Is he in cannon range?
He is. But you would hit him, but it's only one target so far, so I don't think there's a difference between your blaster and your particle cannon if you're not hitting multiple targets. I think that's right? Because the particle cannon can hit 4 targets or D4 targets or something.
Let's see. Sprays a fire hit 1d4 targets on a successful attack, each taking damage rolled.
Okay.
Modified with explosives.
What did the explosives do?
Damage explodes on contact. I don't know if it ups damage, but it's supposed to do more damage.
It damages
Didn't really
a near
go
radius.
into it too much.
It damages what?
A near radius.
And
a near radius.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so if you use that weapon, there would be a chance that you would hit Phelan.
Okay, so I'll use my blaster then.
Or you could tell him to duck. And then
Alright,
he can
yeah.
make a check.
Scream, get down.
Yeah, sure. I'll duck.
I
Okay.
don't think I hit though, so.
No, I don't think so. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Sarvob.
I hit the wall.
Sarvob will take out his scan unit and use his turn to reduce the target number by D4 for everyone.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, scan that thing.
That's awesome.
so the robot's suddenly like, I'm gonna analyze this thing.
It's still one again.
No.
Okay.
Well, that's still good.
Hey, 1 is
So-
a magnitude better
yeah.
than 0.
So it's like a laser level zooms out around the room and it picks out any irregularities so people can focus or avoid them as they need to.
I'll give you something from that. You detect that there's something else in the walls, and it's going to be here in 2 rounds.
Ooh. I like this.
Reinforcements. I'll put a little timer in the corner for everyone.
I have one up there. You can see it, the timer.
Yeah, but I'm doing cool laser light in the corner of the med bay. Come on.
Oh, okay. Let's see it. That's your turn. So next is Phelan.
Isn't it the monster now?
No, it's your turn. Oh wait, no, because
okay.
you were the top of the round. That's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, it is the monster's turn. The monster thanks you for your generosity. Let's see. It's going to. Let's see. There's no straight line, so it's going to use its. It's going to use its energy cannon. That is this big weapon that it has. And it's going to aim it straight out at Sarvob. It's just going to shoot straight out that way. Like that.
How dare it? You ignore me when I'm right up in your face.
Nice.
It does.
It was on that 19 and it turned off. I love that.
I'm going to roll it to show you what it would have done. Not even that much, actually. So, what? I don't know. How do you like dodge out of the way? It probably just straight up misses you. It's like lumbering out. It's got like tentacle legs and it's dragging itself. And it lobs this big cannon out, and it's like, and it just like shoots a line up through the ceiling next to you, Sarvob, and it misses you. Anyways,
Yeah, no, I imagine I was oblivious.
yeah, nice. That brings it. Yeah, you're just like scanning stuff. Phelan, it's your turn.
Can I do some shenanigans, please?
You please do.
How big is
shenanigans.
this thing?
It's very big.
Can I jump onto it? Like, I just want to try and... I just want to leap onto it, like, onto its face almost. Like, just try and get up in there.
Sure. What are you trying to do with that? Like, yes, you can do that, but then what?
I want to, like, distract it, make it, like, it harder for it to hit my friends. Like, I just want to piss it off.
All right,
I'm just trying to aggravate it.
I'll make you a deal. I'll say that you can jump onto it and try to ride it, like like behind its neck, and just try to grab a hold of it and try to distract it. If you're successful, it will lose its turn, but if you fail, it will fling you across the room.
I'm down to clown.
Alright.
Check, I assume.
All right, make a dexterity check or a strength check of your choice.
Let's go.
Nice.
21, baby.
You hop onto
Cowboy
this
up.
thing, and and you're just like riding this thing behind its neck, and it's
Yeah, I imagine that I've like dug my karambit blades into its neck or something
Yeah,
to
yeah,
like hang
definitely.
on, and I'm just like, fucking
yes. All right, that
get it. It's wide open, but don't shoot a special beam cannon through me.
Yeah,
No.
that brings us to Greece.
Okay, I'm going to. Do we know when we did that scan? Do we know where in the walls that thing's gonna be coming from in a turn?
Yeah, behind it and around it.
So behind like the monitor almost.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go. Where do you think the extent of near would be, but not far, for me?
Yeah, you're here. I would say, let's see, close, near, far.
Okay, so I'm going to. And this thing right here, is this obstruction or is this on the ceiling? That black bit. Is that like? Could I use that as cover hypothetically, or is that
you
like
could
in the
absolutely use this as cover if you wanted.
ceiling? Okay, then I'm going to take my turn, go near, and I'm going to attempt to set a timer on that reptoid charge.
Okay.
You crazy bastard.
You do that.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Next is glitch.
Okay. Am I able to get, if I go a little closer, am I able to shoot it without hitting Phelan?
No way. He's literally riding it. Yeah, you would absolutely hit
Okay,
him. if
so
you-
there's
Yeah, I'm like
not,
behind his head.
There's not too much I can do then. I
No,
think,
you can
without-
you can use it. I'm sorry, I thought you meant with like your Gatling explosive blaster.
Oh, not the gun. That would be awesome, but no,
Yeah.
I don't want to shoot him with my blaster.
Yeah, no, you can use the
Like
blaster.
aim
but,
lower down, not so much for the head, but like lower down
Sure.
so I don't hit him up where he's riding.
yeah, absolutely. Nice. Oh wow, nice. Okay, that works. And you let me see. I think this has a feature. No, not yet. Okay, it becomes confused as this blaster hits it, and you all start shooting at it, and somebody's riding it, and it's just like turning around, really confused right now. Next is Sarvob.
Okay, those daggers were in the floor somewhere around here or something? Where were they? Does it matter?
Yeah, they were over here when you all came in before you got to this.
Oh, excellent. I'm going to start running, grabbing one on my way to one of the Is it a exam bed or a cryo chamber up here?
They could be used as either. What's your intention?
I'm going to cut the cryo feed and shoot the hose at the beast.
I will say that you have to make a check, but otherwise you will then have a magic weapon. If you fail the check, then this cryo stuff could hurt you or someone else.
Okay. I am game.
All right.
To be hurt.
Make a shenanigans.
You can make a dexterity check or an intelligence check.
Okay. Would you consider this working on machinery?
Yes.
Then it's an easy roll for me. Oh, it's just one short.
Oh no. Okay. Don't you have a hero token? I can't remember how those work.
You give those to people when they do cool shit, apparently.
I
did roll a d20 at one point, so...
that's also pretty cool, so I don't know how it works. Does that work like you... How does a hero token work? I can't remember.
You get either... Right?
You can re-roll, or you can add a d12 to a roll.
You can choose to use the hero token, or you can take the damage and lose the cryo feed.
I'll use the hero token.
All right. Y'all remind me if you get... Yeah, you can do it.
Okay. Oh. That's good enough.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because it's easy for me.
You have so long as you stand there, you have a magic weapon, but it only is just so in terms of its range. So if it moves, it's not going to work. And you can also attack on this turn. An action. Okay. Wait, did you move? You moved, right?
I moved.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm glad to just wrangle it this round. Yep.
Okay. And I think that is the top of the round, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Suddenly things rip out of the walls. And they're not going to be able to move. But this thing is going to...
Didn't you say it would lose its turn with me?
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's this turn. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, it's your turn now.
Aha! Now, do I get even more? Nah. I'll just continue riding it, and I will pull out my blaster with one hand still on it and try and shoot one of these little dudes.
You're gonna ride the guy and then shoot the other ones. All right, yeah, you can do that. Dexterity and guns.
yeah, kabam! Let's go.
Nice.
Okay, gun. Okay, seven damages. Kabam.
All right, you take one of them out, and let's see. That brings us back to Grease.
Okay. Was I successful in setting a timer on it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I was wanting to set that timer for 2 rounds.
Okay, that's the new timer now. Thanks for giving me a timer. Nice.
Yep. So I set it for 2 rounds. I'm going to put it right here, and I'm going to yell out, "Get back to the door!" And I'm going to use my near and go back towards this direction.
All right.
And then the red door I'm referencing is this one right here, all the way at the end.
Okay. All right. Let's see. If everybody's fleeing, then everybody can manage to do that just as you get to the door. However, one person is going to need to try to make a check to get off this, riding this giant reptoid mutant thing. So, how would you do it? I think that's a tough one. That's a tough one, Phelan. How do you dismount in this situation? You got into the situation. How do you get out of the situation?
How do I get out of the situation? Now, see, that's interesting. So, my plan is, does this thing have like a tail or something? Like, what's
Absolutely.
the situation? I'm
Not
like on
only
its
does it
neck.
have a tail, and I haven't had a chance yet, but it has a machete tail. It has a giant, like a 15-foot long blade, like a razor blade.
Okay. My plan is, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like slide around its body to like its front side, and I don't know. I'm gonna try to encourage it to like just throw me off it. Like I'm gonna start slapping it in the face, like it's a you know, like a little bitch, you know, like just bitch slapping it, just trying to annoy it.
All right.
And see if it will throw me, reptile brain style, and then I'll try to be dexterous in my flight. You know, what does Woody call it from Toy Story? I'll fall with style.
Yeah, aim for the bushes on the ship. Make a dexterity check. Oh no.
Hell yeah! I was hoping I would fail this check. It just makes it more interesting.
All right, let's see here. A couple of things happen. First of all, you're going to take some damage. I'm going to do basic damage because you just fell. So you take 3 points of damage. The next thing is that you fall right in front of this thing, right in front of it, and surrounded by these things as your friends are running, fleeing, these things chasing after them. They're just about to need to close the door, so somebody gets to the panel. Who goes to the panel to close the door?
Me.
All right.
Because I ran first. That's the only reason I'm saying me. Because I ran first.
So you're ready to close the door and lock these things in and basically destroy this entire module of the ship with explosives. Or at least that's the hope. Or at least breach it so they get vented off into the void.
Yeah, I'm hoping that the charge is big enough to break the airlock in the module, but we'll find out what happens.
Right. When you realize that, and this takes a round, you have one round, but it is not on Phelan's turn. What do you all do? So Phelan is unable to act this round. You have one round, and Phelan is surrounded by these things.
Yikes.
I'll just call out to Glitch. I'll just look at Glitch and say, "You know what to do." I'm gonna order Glitch, actually, since I'm acting captain. I'm gonna order Glitch to fire, like at the big guns.
What do you think? I hate to even ask. Sarvob and Glitch, what do you all think about this?
I feel bad.
How far away?
I didn't realize this 2 turns would not be enough time.
Yeah. How far away is he? Like near or far?
He is near. So you could like try to get past these things and get to him and drag him out. I'll give them a chance to attack you or apprehend you. So it would put you in, fatal harm if you failed. If you succeed, you'll get him.
I will.
You can also think of how you could work together, because that affects the difficulty and stuff,
Is there a way I could use the cannon? Because you have the 2 that are grouped on the right. Like, if I aimed in that direction to take out those 2 away from him, if the others would be able to come around, because there's only 1 down there, and try to get him out from down below while I try to cannon the other 2 up top?
You could try to do that if you could find some way to create a distraction or get them. You need space. You need space somehow.
I have an idea, too.
Okay, go ahead.
I have a medical kit with bandage rolls. Can I toss you one of the long bandage rolls and run out and grab him, and you pull me back in off of it?
Well, I was going to tell you, if somebody wants to switch me on the door, that way we still have someone on the door. In my inventory, in the same bag that had that floodlight, I also have a heavy winch grappler. Mm-hmm. So we could attach the the grappler to whoever's going to go grab him, or we could, I don't know how exactly the item works. We could optionally just toss the grappler and have him grab it and then pull him back in.
So
Well, if he's getting, yeah.
so I'll
That
frame
sounds
this
like a
in,
great plan.
yeah, I'll frame this in a couple of ways. So plan A is if you fire the grapple, one person does it. It's one check. It's hard, and if you succeed, it's over. You're good. If you fail, you fail. And and either they come through the door and all this was for naught and it explodes and you vent all of yourselves, or you pop the door and then they go and you don't, and so does Phelan. Option B, or plan B, is Glitch begins a firing off to the right. Like in the like we said in the military, like shift fire, like fire to the right. Like you're, so it creates this concussive force that she's walking, like that, and then meanwhile someone runs in, grabs with the hook, and then you pull as quick as you can while Glitch is firing in after them to try to hold them back. That will take. That will be a easy check. But I will say that if you fail, then obviously both people are going to be in there. I want to give it more than an easy check. I'll say, I'll just do the. I'll give a hero token for that move for whoever makes the check, and it's easy. But failure comes at a high price.
Yeah, I'll switch, because this is kind of my fault. I'll switch. If somebody wants to grab the door, like if you want Sarv, if you want to grab the door handle, I'll go in there and I will grab him because I have a decent defense. And if I fail, then I'll just die. Or I'll see what we can do. And then we can just have Glitch do her thing and pop some distractions. That's fine with me. I'm good with that, if you aren't.
Yeah. I mean, it's up to you. I can do the door or I can do the run. I'm a little sturdier, that's all.
Are you sturdy? Let me see.
I have an extra heart that you don't.
You do have an extra heart that I do not. But I have a higher defense. It's up to you.
I know.
Oh, do you have hero coin too?
I mean,
That's
whoever
no.
goes in there, if this fails, they're probably going to die anyway, so I don't know if any of that matters.
Yeah, that's true. Up to you.
You go in.
Oh yeah, I did this, so I'll go in. That's fine. Okay, so we'll switch. You and I will switch. And then I will pull out the grapple, and I will make my way up to him.
Okay. You fire the grapple. Glitch is beginning her like suppressive fire behind you. It's lighting up. These explosions are going off behind this big Titanic thing. It's got its like claws reared up in the air. It's got this machete tail that it's swinging around, and its beam is about to go off. And let's see, Phelan, you can, or not Phelan, Grease, you can make a dexterity check or an intelligence check of your choice. It's easy, and you can roll it twice.
Intelligence, please. Please, Game Master, intelligence.
No, yeah, it's fine. Either of those two. I said that, right? Dexterity, yeah.
Nice.
All right, so for sure that's 13.
Okay, so you're able to connect that, and all of a sudden you start getting pulled back as you're holding him, and and you all start getting pulled. Meanwhile, Glitch is like, and firing this as it comes in, right? Like walking the fire in to hold them back, and then and he pops the door. And then like all of a sudden there is a huge explosion goes off on the other side of the door, and you can see like the through the window, you can see that this stuff just like separates out. The module is torn. Part of the module is just ripped off from the side, and then other parts are jettisoned into vacuum, and this thing is just tumbling out into space, and its beam just shoots helplessly out into the void and arcs around. That goes down to that timer. Okay. Phelan, you made it out. Grease
Thanks, everybody.
endangered your life and then subsequently saved it.
Can't let the captain
Thank you,
fall.
everybody. I think I got a little bit carried away there, and I can't say that I won't do it again.
Literally carried away.
That explosion was awesome. None of us died, so good stuff.
All right. I am going to, let's see. And we got, oh boy, the timer is going down. This goes back to...
But at least the bodies haven't moved or reformed, so that's always a bonus.
Indeed. All right, so you got a science bay and a bridge.
Yeah, yeah.
And so far, you all have...
What do
well,
we
you're-
blow up next?
Right.
Oh,
Yeah, I
wait,
hope
we're
there
trying to
wasn't
get off,
anything
not blow
important in
things
that
up.
medical bay. Because it's gone now. We're not getting it back.
Well, I mean, the science bay is all mag locked up, and we haven't checked the bridge yet.
And I still have a bomb.
Mhm. I think we should make for the bridge and check that out, and then maybe get the fuck out of here with that dark star pulsing.
Yeah.
We might want to just, oh god, more blood.
Yes, there is blood everywhere here. And
The bridge is not better.
you can see that there's a galleon-style helm of computer systems that spread out in front of you. I'm going to give you your floodlight back as you enter in here. Grease. Get... And you can actually see the outside of the ship, that there's a view, and it's turning and the dark star is glowing, and you can tell the ship has been getting closer to the dark star. And some of the computer systems are still active.
Alright, well, I mean, I'm a pilot, so I'm gonna hopefully the reptoid cruisers aren't too different from whatever I'm used to.
All right, what is it you want to do?
I don't know, check systems, see if I can get access to a log or a captain's log or anything like that.
All right, you come up, and then all this stuff comes up. It assumes, being on the bridge and already having the access open, it looks like whatever happened here happened with the systems already open, and it hadn't been locked out. And so you're able to access the ship's log of what has happened. And here is what has happened. The reptoid cruiser, the Red Sword, was it was in this area when all of a sudden it started encountering strange ships. And then it came out of what I would call it sublight, like near the star.
Faster than light. Yeah.
Not faster than light. Because you have a warp shell, you can go faster than light. But this thing, it came out, it came near this star, basically. And as it came close, all of a sudden, its crew started to mutate and change. At first, people were irritable with each other. And then their personalities started to change, and then it almost was too late. They began scanning the dark star, and they realized that this dark star would grow, and if it wasn't destroyed, first of all, they realized they were already doomed on board their ship, and that they wouldn't have what it took to get out. And you realize that now, looking at it, that given just the ship alone, you're doomed, and you're not going to make it out of here. The pirates, even though they were pirates, made the decision to try to destroy the Dark Star for the sake of everyone else. And the last course for the ship was to overload the engines and drive it into the Dark Star and destroy it. And unfortunately, the ship became overrun and they started trying to lock down different parts of the ship. They planted explosives as a last-ditch effort. And before they were even able to set them off, it looks like all the remaining crew must have mutated or died.
I will relay this information to everybody else, assuming they weren't reading along with me. Is there any other like access panels I can get from here that we couldn't see before?
Access panels. Yeah, you mean like computers. You basically...
Yeah, like any other subroutines or whatever.
Let's see. Nav system is set for the core of the Dark Star.
Just so I know, do we have a way off of here? Like, you say we have a warp shell. Like, do we get Scotty to beam us up? Like, or can we not get back to our own ship? Do we have no idea what's going on?
Yeah, like, so as soon as you got onto this ship, all of a sudden there was that bright light, and something happened, and the umbilicus, like the umbilical to your warp shell, was gone, and you were separated from it. So as far as like, can you get back to your warp shell? Who knows? Give me just a second. Aha.
I mean,
so, you can tell on the radar that the warp shell... It's worth noting that your warp shell is like a living person. And it may have gotten spooked or something, but it is actually in the area.
I'm going to assume I mean, we found those EV suits here before. Like, does it assume that we're all in spacesuits, or?
Yeah, I think it's kind of like two things, right? Like, you could survive in space, because, like, I don't know, you can't be a spacer and not have an option for that, but it wouldn't be made for EVA. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. I do it like, we should go check if those other EVAs were working, because that might be our only way out here. Like, if we can fit into the reptoid one somehow, unless people have their own EVA suits.
I was going to ask, I think on the items that you could have gotten, for instance, I got a vac suit. Like, it says on the description that I can go out into space. But at the same time, all of my dex checks are never easy.
Yeah.
Which I was going to tell them if it ever came up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like Traveler. Like, these are vac suits, basically, and you're able to go get them. You're able to find that, yes, you could try to use these and jury-rig them as vac suits.
All right, cool. We need just some form of propulsion for us to try and get us, like, if we can just get through space, and then hopefully, like, we can get into the warp shell through the umbilical on the outside. But I think, at least my plan in incorporating the crew, is that we should send this thing into the warp shell. Like, I'll leave the coordinates as they are, and that we should go and boot it up and fucking get the hell out of here.
Okay. You can tell from the computer systems that you can do that. So you could probably go out of the docking bay, EVA, and use your suits. However, if you wanted to try to destroy the Dark Star, someone has got to make it to the engine bays and turn the systems on, which you can unlock the computer systems from here and override the security protocol that has locked them down. But somebody has to make it back there and manually put them, like, overcharge them to 3 times their output through the maintenance control panel. And that, along with driving it, setting it at a course again into the Dark Star, will hypothetically destroy it. Yeah.
Well, that sounds good to me.
You would only have moments to make it there and then get out.
I was going to say, would we know that the process of doing what you just described would leave us like a round to get out of the ship?
Yeah, you would only have a matter of rounds to get out.
All right. Well, so I suggest as captain that I'll do whatever I have to do to plot in the course up here, as being the pilot, or unless that's already plotted in or whatever. And then, assuming it's going to be an intelligence check, whoever is that. And then are we planning to jump out of the big hole we made?
You could jump out of the big hole, or you could go back out through the docking bay. Or you could see what's in the science bay. I'm just kidding.
Let's see what's inside.
We heard something is definitely inside the science bay. Maybe it's help. Maybe they're friends.
The last friend was.
Yes, that friend is now jettisoned outside in the gravity of that sun that we're next to.
Oh yeah. So if we
lesson
EVA,
learned,
we can
don't be
meet
our friend.
We can meet them up.
Right.
We're gonna
exactly.
hook up with them outside.
Yeah. we're
So
gonna
assuming,
party.
yeah, I'll make sure the course is all still set.
You're able
go
to
into
do
the
that
dark
without
zone.
needing to manually control it from here. So you're able to bring it back online. Systems come back online. Provides power. As soon as you choose to, you can start accelerating toward the Dark Star. And then you can leave the panel, and it'll maintain its course.
Okay, but we need somebody to go override it, right?
The engines need to be
engines,
brought
yeah,
to
engine
3
room.
times
Yeah.
their power through a maintenance process.
Option
Yeah,
number
so
1.
I'd say we should daisy chain it. Whoever's Grease, go to the engine room, and then if Glitch and Sid are in the center, because that's between here and there, right? They can like call out like when Grease is ready, pass the information along. Hopefully, I hear it, and then I can punch it, and we can all fucking Hail Mary, right? And then at least Glitch and Sid have a higher chance of surviving than us two.
That's a good idea. That's an interesting idea. I'll say that what that does for you is it gives you more rounds, but then of course the crew is separate.
So, can you check while you're up there on that panel? And I ask Phelan, are there any remaining life pods on this ship?
I would do some booping. Is there any like escape pods or anything?
There is not.
Okay.
Okay. Is there any log for what was going on in the science bay? Like all cameras or a feed or something like that?
You can attempt to
now
make
that the power's back online.
intelligence check.
Can I call upon Grease?
I'll meander. I'll meander for the captain. I'll meander over to this panel and try to do it from this panel.
All right, you can make a easy check.
Science officer.
So a 9 is the target.
+3, so that's 10. +2, sorry, 10.
Okay. The science bay is actually the source of the information that you find about in the logs. Basically, they had converted that module. That module was actually a cargo bay that they were using for this ship to steal things from people. And they had converted it to a science bay to desperately try to gather information about the Dark Star in their final moments. The pirates were actually heroes. They were trying to find out about the Dark Star and were trying to stop it in time.
I relay that to the captain.
Well, let's continue on with the plan unless anyone has any objections.
Does the ship have armaments? Are there torpedoes? Or anything like that?
No, I don't think so. No, there's no... there probably were in the past. In fact, as I look at it, that probably would have been the science bay. That would have been part of that. There's probably a spine-mounted one, but it's no longer operable. Yeah.
Are we talking about for propulsion?
Potentially.
Would my cannon propel us?
Especially if there's a tube that we could propel us through. You could use your explosions to push us out of that tube. If we didn't
Well,
die,
we
of
can.
course.
We can. There's the docking hatch. We can just open that, and that should just airlock us out into space and give us some burst. So if we're all holding onto each other, or we tie your grappling thing around us all, so that we don't drift off into the fucking nothingness of space, which is the most horrifying thing ever.
All right, so it sounds like the plan is, I'm hearing Phelan is staying in the bridge, and then you're waiting to activate it so you can have more rounds, and then somebody's going to stay near the airlock in the middle to kind of act as security, and then 2 people are going to go back to the engines to try to ignite them, and then sprint forward as soon as they're informed.
No, just Grease is going to the engines, and then Glitch and Birdie, Glitch and 49 are gonna go to the middle to pass along when Grease said he's ready, so that I can start running, and Grease can then start running. And then...
So the only problem is there are 2 engines, and I am just me.
You can do it. No, it's all right. You could do it.
Can you?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. However, so here's what happens. So we get to that. Let me get rid of those folks. So you all may not be able to see right now, and that's okay.
I can see.
You make it down here, and then in the middle corridor where the gosh darn it, where is it? This would be the middle corridor, is where the airlock is.
And stuff.
Yeah. So there we have Glitch and Sarvob. Everyone else would be not here. So all of a sudden, Glitch and Sarvob, the timer runs out. And this is what happens. You hear moaning sounds. But these are different. And you hear clinking, clunk, 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 clunk. It starts moving faster. It's metallic feet against, or metallic things against the floor. Sarvob would not be among them. But you see what looks every bit like the equipment that you yourself carry. And these things start running towards you. And you have that flare again. I'm sorry, before all this, that flare happens again. And everybody make a dexterity check. You have to beat a 12.
I failed.
Okay, you take...
I got 15.
Basic damage. So you all take 4 points of damage as you slam against basic damage. 4 points of basic damage. It's like crushing damage.
Falling?
Yeah, falling.
Okay, I'm immune.
Nice. And
That'd
as
be
you...
considered blunt impact, because
Yeah.
I'm immune to blunt impact.
Yeah,
As
definitely.
am I.
Nice.
These people just
Nice.
like, hey, I don't take damage.
We do
Well,
lots
I'm
of chest
cybernetic
bumps all
Slam
the
against the
time.
walls, and it doesn't hurt you all, but anyone else, that's 4 points damage anyways. And then there's this bright flare, and then you see essentially what are copies of yourself, except they've since rotted away and they're moaning and they've been changed. As you see some glimpse of a possible future as time seems to fold again. And this happens. You have 3. I'm gonna do the end of game timer. Actually, I'm gonna do that he mentioned. So actually, you have 5 rounds before you get swarmed on this ship to figure this out and get out of here. All right, and I'm gonna start with. We're just gonna go room by room. So I'm gonna start with going back to the bridge. You're all in communication, so. What do you tell your captain, I guess?
We've got to go now. There's evil, rotted copies of ourselves that are trying to kill us, and we need to go.
All right. You said that the thing would do like 3 times energy power or something when he activates it. So I'm just going to set the ship to start moving. like I'm gonna, like just push up some dials or whatever the hell it is, jump over my seat and start rushing to help my compatriots.
All right, you'll arrive the next round, but you'll arrive at the end, at the top of it. Meanwhile, what are you doing over in ship's engines?
I am actually going to take my turn and recover.
Recover?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
So recover is at any time during play, sacrifice your turn to pause, regain your health, bind a few cuts, or recover your gusto. To do so, I roll a d20 plus my con stat. I meet or beat the current target. If I do so, I regain my con stat +1 in HP instant.
Oh, okay.
I'm burning my turn. And I probably shouldn't because we're on a timer, but I don't really want to do this with the HP I have right now because that fall, unlike others, that fall actually messed me up pretty bad.
All right, I will hop back over to the mid corridor here of the ship, making it back to you all. I'm gonna move you down here.
Oh, he still has to roll for it though.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, go for it. Go ahead and roll.
Okay. Oof.
Oh no.
No.
Never mind. Guess I just burned a turn.
All right, this is far, by the way. Okay, so to get to them in time, Phelan, you'll have to. So this is you all. This is Glitch and Sarvob. Glitch, what do you do?
I'm gonna pull up my cannon and I'm probably gonna aim in. Let's see if I can get it to. I don't know how to ping it, but get it to shoot across
Here.
the room so that more like towards there or down a little bit to try to hit the zombies without damaging Phelan at all. Basically to buy everyone time and try to kill the zombies.
Yeah, you could go for it. Yeah, dexterity plus guns. Nice, that hits. And then what's the explosive damage?
I need to look that up again.
If it's the particle cannon, it just says it sprays of fire hit 1d4 targets on a successful attack.
She
each
also
taking
modded
damage
it.
rolled.
It's the explosives kit, so it just does everything in the near.
Oh.
So it's going to hit all of them instead of one.
Oh, that's kind of unfortunate because then it kind of overlaps, doesn't it? Okay, well, anyways, it does damage to all of them, so there's that. All right, what do you do, Sarvob?
Well, I like my scanner tool. I think that helps everyone.
Okay, go for it.
I'm running complex cosmic mathematics to figure out how to get the hell out of here. And that will reduce... Oh. Huh.
Isn't it just a D4?
Yeah, but it's not letting me click on the token in this room.
Here, I'll roll you a D4. I don't know why, but okay. You roll a D4. Just type it in and roll a D4. Please don't take my one. That's terrible.
I'll take a 4.
Nice,
Yeah,
right?
better.
Yeah. No, I don't want to like be blamed for that one. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Great. Okay. That's your turn. All right. They're able to act, and they're going to shoot. Unfortunately.
Oh wait, I'm going to stand in front of as my movement.
Okay. They have the same things you do. So 14 to hit with guns, and it does damage to both of you. You both take 5 damage. Unless
5
your
or
arm.
8.
I'm sorry, 8. Yes. And also, Grease is going to. All right, what kind of weapon do you have, Grease?
I only have a melee weapon.
All right, Grease runs forward to attack.
Yeah, I have an
Sarvob,
energy blade.
and is going to use an energy blade. Strength plus. I think that misses 12. Does a 12 hit?
Nope, that
Hits?
hits it because I'm not going to put on that cloth.
And you take 5 points of damage.
6. Okay.
And then Phelan has a blaster, I happen to know. Dexterity plus gun, and he misses mercifully. And meanwhile, I'm going to pan back to... now, Phelan, you'll make it there on the next turn. Well, actually, you're far, but you can... Do you want to run in now, or do you want to shoot? I'll pan it over to Phelan.
Oh, right, yeah. If it's the start of the next round, then I will, like, move near a little bit. And I'll be like, wait, what the fuck? You didn't say it was another one of me! And then I'll kind of just be like, but then I'll just try and blast Birdie, I guess.
Go for it.
You know, not the real Birdie. Glitch, the other glitch. Zombie glitch.
Oh, no.
Oh, and Phelan mercifully misses again.
Oh, no. Okay, meanwhile, back in the engine room, what do you do?
I have a question before I do my turn.
Yes.
Do we still have that temporary heart, or did that vanish when this time dilation occurred?
No, you have a temporary heart.
Oh, okay, so that does help.
I mean, I don't.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll that check that's gonna be needed to start up the third option for the engines, where they like go 3 times.
Okay.
Is that just Dex?
Intelligence.
Or intelligence?
Yeah. 13.
Okay, so that'll be 15.
Does... okay, so that works. However, in this case, you need to roll for effort, because this has a heart. You start to access it, and you realize that you need to get into multiple subsystems. You hear the sounds of battle back down the corridor as your allies... you can actually hear Sarvald, like, bending of metal and screams. It sounds like it would be hard to even get out of here in time. You can tell that Phelan has made it back from the bridge and is making it down the corridor. As everyone's waiting on you, you can see that behind this first subsystem, you need to access multiple systems. You can roll for effort. That would be like a... if you have a tool for this, or an expertise, I'll say you can use weapons or tools. Otherwise, it would be basic.
So... I have an ability called Tuner. Adjust any machine to do one category of effort better than it currently does.
D6.
Okay. Alright. So... D6.
A 2.
Plus 1, 3.
3. Okay.
Oh, plus 1, plus another 1 because of the tuner.
Okay, 4.
So it'll be 4.
Okay. All right. That's your turn. I'm going to head back to the mid-corridor now. And back here, top of the... I think the top of it is, let's see, glitch. Glitch, yeah. What do you do, Glitch?
Since the other glitch appears to be doing a ton of damage, I'm probably going to try to take her out first with my cannon.
All right.
Oh, I'm moving both at the same time. Okay. So there's two. So does she move if I move? How does that work?
It's okay. I'll move it back. It's fine.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I'll probably try to take her out because she's doing max damage on everyone and I don't want her around.
Go for it.
I mean, that'd be cool if it was actually really just moving in.
Oh, nice.
You.
Oh, yeah. Glitch just...
Yeah.
Whoa! Glitch, you're just living up to the Gunner fantasy tonight of just absolutely blasting shit.
Describe how you kill the other glitch. I wonder if I can not kill the original glitch.
Wait, does Zombie Me also take 11 damage?
Oh, yeah, that's right, actually. You kill both of them. Describe what you do with your Gatling explosive gun. I can't... Gosh darn it.
Just delete one of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, just delete it.
Yeah.
I probably let out a scream of anger when I see Sarvin get hit, and I'm like, she's got to go down. She's doing too much damage. So I just unload on them and basically just keep hitting them until they go down.
Yeah, you've got that like Gatlin freaking energy explosive cannon. You're just like, and you rip into them, and that it causes them to actually fly against the far wall and the explosive force, which you continue to just fire against the far wall as you see that your friend's hurt. Sarvob, it's your turn.
What is that rotted grease there?
Yep.
What are they attacking with?
An energy blade.
Okay. I'm going to take my worker's coverall that I had, and I'm going to wrap it over its head and choke its life out of it.
All right. You mean grease? You're going to do that to grease?
Yeah.
Okay, that would be I'm going to say that's a basic attack, but strength is basic.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, that hits. Yeah.
It does hit, yep.
Four damage, and it's wrapped around its head and constricting around its throat.
Nice. Okay, I'll say he can't move. He's going to still try to attack you with his blade, but before he can, Phelan. I'll just have the monster start going at the end.
I will, like, slide along the floor and try to kneecap Grease. I fail miserably.
All right.
Does anyone still have a hero coin?
Oh, yeah.
I don't have a hero coin, I don't think.
Okay.
Bummer.
All right, back meanwhile at the engines.
Yep. You want me to do another D6?
You would do a intelligence check and a D6 effort. Nice.
So 14, and then this one will not get the second +1, so just 6.
You hear all this chaos, and you're trying to get really close, and you're so close, like you're almost there. Meanwhile, back in the corridor here, Grease. I forgot to do Grease at that point, so I'm going to do him now. He's going to try to attack Sarvob again. Strength check with weapons. Why did that not roll? Come on. Let's do... There we go. Strength check with weapons. Misses again. Wow. And that brings us back to Glitch. Is the plan to kill this guy?
He's a zombie, isn't he?
Yeah. I'm just checking. I'm just making sure. Is that the plan for you guys? You guys are trying to kill this guy? Okay. Everybody can roll to hit and for your damage. Everybody can just go ahead and roll for damage. All right. Nice. It's funny when this happens, you see all these dice, and like, oh, of course he'll die. And then I've seen it where, like, nobody can hit the monster, you know? Mm-hmm. So, okay. I bet I can't do that, because I bet that'll kill.
Wolves when we couldn't hit
exactly.
anything.
Yeah. Terrible luck.
Yeah, but I think we all hit that, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And so he's dead. And meanwhile, back with Grease. Now, let's see, I'll stop the laser fire. But in the distance along the access ways, you can hear as all of the remaining reptoids are now awoken to your presence, and they're all trying to make it down to you. What'd you get? I missed it.
I got a 13 on the intelligence, and then a 3 on the tool.
You are able to access the maintenance control panel, and you're able to do what you want with it. What would you like to do?
Set it to 3 times its power, and I guess make my near distance towards the door.
All right. It takes you a turn to get back to everybody, but you're able to do that. Let's see. Back to the... is the goal to get to the docking bay and get out? Is that the goal? Just want to make sure I understand.
I believe that was the plan.
Yeah. Before the ship.
All right. that by the time you all get there, that takes you down to the last turn. You can already see forms in the door ahead on the other side as you get into the docking bay.
Forms? Like
Yeah.
as in...
Things crawling on the ceiling, humanoids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, rushing down through the corridors. What do you do? And this
All right.
is
I mean, I
addressed to
guess we
everyone.
rush towards the thing and try to bash the airlock or whatever, and go like, let's all.
Oh! I still have a bomb too. I
Oh.
don't know if that would be too big though.
No, yeah. What do you want to do with the bomb?
Am I able to like kind of timer it and then like chuck it as hard as we can, or give it to someone with good throwing arm and just chuck it as hard as we can down to blow the airlock?
Your goal is to... You can open the airlock. You don't have to blow it open.
Okay, so it can open easily then. Well, then I guess we don't need the bomb.
Well, you could
Yeah.
put it behind the door as we go into the airlock.
Oh,
to blow them.
true. To kill the creatures so they don't follow us out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd probably set it behind us then.
All right. So you all put on your vac suits and open the airlock. There's this huge pressure change as you've set the bomb on the other side, and you can see those creatures go in. You launch yourself off into the vacuum of space. And,
Holding hands.
Holding hands, of course. And as you launch yourself off into the vacuum of space, you can see your friendly, sentient warp shell making its way to you as this explosion goes off behind you, and you're and this thing accelerates all of a sudden with the full force into this sun. The warp shell comes and scoops you up into a bay, accelerating, and then suddenly you feel the familiar folding of space-time as you warp out just as the Dark Star explodes.
I'm gonna pat the ground, be like, good job, Nevi, good job.
All right.
Oh, it feels good to be home.
Can we do that again?
It's like, yeah, I'm sure.